Wow. That was to the
First on my
yeah,
by 5 seconds, that you said.
I thought seriously, like, it's supposed to be a public, must be an internet. That's what we need is
It's not 5 seconds off.
Yeah, I got it. I thought it was right on.
Oh, there it is.
State law requires this body to announce at this time that a copy of the current Open Meetings Act is available at the back of the room where it's accessible to the public. Weiss.
Here.
Hiller.
Here.
Hart.
Here.
Warren.
Here.
Aaron Johnson.
Here.
Euchre.
Here.
Ben Johnson.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
All rise for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item agenda 1, consent agenda. Approve this agenda, pay the claims as submitted, approve the March 2026 Treasurer's Report, approve the minutes of the April 7th, 2026 regular council meeting. Trent moves, and Aaron Johnson seconds.
Ben Johnson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
Hiller.
Yes.
Hart.
Yes.
Warren.
Yes.
Aaron Johnson.
Yes.
Euchre.
Yes.
Item agenda 2, public forum for non-agenda items. I see nobody here. Nope, okay. We'll close public forums. Item agenda 3, consider request from DeEtte Bailey for the Phelps County Celebrates America 250 event.
Okay, so Jolene's gonna hand you out, a group of us have got together to plan a celebration event for America's birthday, 250th birthday. And I'll hang on until she gets those passed out. We want to hold it Thursday evening, July 2nd. We don't want to interfere with the fireworks and the baseball out of the park, so we thought it might just be start Thursday night and then continue, through July 4th. We're planning a free will donation barbecue. We want music, games, socializing. These are some of the organizations that we've talked to and or are working with to, we need lots of volunteers to help. The Ambassadors is helping. David and I talked about this and nobody's doing anything, so we want to do something. The American Legion wants to be involved, the Eagles Club. They both donated $500. We need to advertise this, and we're going to apply for a grant from the Phelps County Visitors Committee. We can get up to $1,500. If we spend $1,500 in advertising, we can get $1,500 back. Somebody's talking to the Lions Club. We're talking to the fire department. We'd like the flag raised on a big truck. We had somebody there from the sheriff's department. We had somebody from the police department at our last meeting. The YMCA is going to coordinate games. They're going to talk to the Booster Club maybe about doing a type of fundraiser. They're always looking for things to fundraise. Maybe face painting. They were going to talk to the middle school art department on that. We just hope to get lots of different organizations involved. If any of you guys would like to help, we're looking for lots of help and ideas and everything. What we're asking from the city is to block off the streets, and you can see the map. So we're going to use the courthouse lawn. We're going to the county on that also. And then kind of that corner at West and 5th Avenue, and then go half a block north, south, east, and west. And then help getting picnic tables down to the event. That's what we're asking the city for.
And this would just be on the Thursday?
That Thursday night,
Just
yes.
for Thursday.
And we don't need fencing or anything, just, whether it's a road, blockades or cones or whatever, because there's no admissions, there's, not gonna be, no alcohol involved, so bring your own chairs and picnic tables, and we hope to we're working on music, and my hope is to have the entire night of patriotic music. And not one person singing the national anthem, it should be everybody singing the national anthem. And I would love to see 1,000 people there. I don't know what we're talking, but,
The Eagles weren't interested in alcohol being at the event or anything?
no, we don't want any alcohol at the event, because then we gotta go for insurance and all that. We want this a family event. If people wanna go down there afterwards, that's great. JB's they're gonna help us out in ways. We have, somebody is donating hot dogs. Dairy Queen's donating all the hot dogs.
Looking for hamburger, beef, buns.
We're still in the planning stages, but
We just want it to be a really big community
we want it
event.
to be huge.
All of Phelps County, everyone.
So we're gonna be reaching out to Bertrand and Loomis, Atlanta, Funk, anybody that wants to be involved. And if you guys wanna help, we are having our next meeting, tell me, Joey,
Next Wednesday, the 29th.
at JB's, in that front room, at 6 o'clock.
Do you just set up your meetings as you meet, or do you
Yep.
have something scheduled?
We're just setting them up as we need so
Okay.
far.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
all volunteering and doing what we can, and
And
Are you gonna,
we have a Facebook group, and we put it out there for people to join us, and Ben came, and we had Jamie from the Sheriff's Department, and we had, Nick was there, and we had people from, Mike Butler from the Legion, we had people from the Eagles, we had Aubrey and her mom from Screen Machine, so we've got people that are helping, we just need help.
What is your Facebook?
Phelps, see, if you look at the logo here, Phelps County celebrates America's 250th, I think is what. So yeah, get on that and like it and share it, and,
are you gonna try to do any fireworks there?
no,
Okay.
we're not. That's Friday night.
I was hoping not.
Yeah, that's Friday night at the ballpark. We'd love to do s'mores or something like that, but we just don't know with
fire department.
fire department, we're still
And they will
talking
have,
that.
farmer's market.
Yes,
going
farmers
on at the
market
same
will be
time.
going on, so we're hoping we'll be able to help encourage, that'll get good traffic that night too. And
Farmer's market's on Wednesday.
Thursday, this is a Thursday. Yeah. And we talked about charging so we can figure out how much food to have, but we decided no, we're gonna do it of free will. Any money that would be left over, we're gonna give back to the organizations that gave us money, like the Legion and the Eagles, or any organization that helps us. If Art Society comes up and helps paint faces, we'll give them money back. This is not a money maker of any kind, we're just,
Are you looking at having like a stage, or are you gonna have electrical requirements?
we have a generator that we're going to be using. Stage, we haven't gotten that far yet, Corey. If you're volunteering to help us with that, that'd be great.
You're pretty good at stage stuff, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be live music or what, we're working on that.
I'm more curious as to whether you're gonna need like electrical.
Yes, we are. And we would love the mayor to do a proclamation if you would like to, or come.
If you write it, I'll read it.
Okay.
That's the rule. Yeah, that's the rules.
Okay.
You want me to try to write that, and it's,
Okay.
yes.
Would you read anything that I write?
Are
From
you volunteering to write it?
Well, it depends.
He wants to slide
From
some.
you. That would be suspect.
Okay, just curious.
Are you gonna need like an increased police presence also, do you think?
I'm trying to remember, who from the police department was there, I'm trying to remember.
It was the sheriff's office. It was
Just the sheriff's? Okay.
Sarah. Sarah.
Me.
Sarah and,
Yeah. It would be
Jamie
great.
was there.
I mean,
Also Jamie.
I would love the police department just to be down there and involved, and
Not
And
necessarily
everybody,
for security, but
Yeah.
just for,
Uh-huh.
I'm sure we'd have someone running around.
Our goal is just.
Free food, they'll show up.
Yeah.
It's not donuts.
It's not even donuts.
So,
A little hot dogs.
I've thrown this idea in my mind, and I haven't even ran it past Jolene. But even if we're not gonna charge, but if we could have tickets to pick up at all the banks, you know, say we talk to all the banks and you could pick up a ticket, just so we can kind of get an idea of food. I have no idea. I mean, we could have 200, we could have 1,000. No idea. We just,
okay, right. So really is what you're looking for, are blocking off the street, what would be the times that you would want that?
well, we're gonna start it at 6. And I'm guessing I'm asking for your suggestion I don't think it needs to be blocked off all day, but then you have people that park
Like
there.
mid, late afternoon, we can block it off and
That's kind
start
of,
Yeah.
moving picnic tables around.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Start moving picnic tables after lunch.
right.
and Get things started.
discussion can be made for
Yeah,
later
Couldn't
on.
be an issue.
Well, it is a work day.
Yeah, but as time goes on, we'll start blocking things off before 5 o'clock. Downtown clears out, so it'll be fine.
I think so.
Have you talked to CCC? Do they have classes that night? Does that gonna interfere with them?
I haven't, but I sure will.
Just out of curiosity, I don't know if they have EP classes.
Most of the classes are in the evening. They only have one day class.
Yeah,
It's not like we're charging admission, they couldn't get it.
We're on the board
Or
meetings.
Not we, but you.
Do you have a contact number for anyone in particular, or just the Facebook page?
Well, you can have my cell phone number, 991-4301. And Jolene, you wanna give yours?
Now it's public.
Yeah,
Sorry?
it's on there, it's public
Yeah.
meeting.
0235.
Okay.
shout out to your phone.
And we're getting porta potties and trash and getting all that. Like I say, the YMCA's, they've said yes to doing the games.
Talked about a cornhole tournament.
Yep.
Anything and everything,
Be
to
huge.
get families
Great.
and the community involved.
Legion's happy to help.
Yes.
I won't be there Wednesday because I'll be in another meeting, but I'll definitely be in a meeting.
That's awesome.
Just get,
I'll have to find out when the next
Okay.
day.
And we'll post it in that
Facebook.
Sure.
We
Facebook
have a
page.
motion.
And we're gonna create an event also on the Facebook page, so people can say they're interested or are coming.
Or volunteer, or they want to volunteer.
Yeah, anybody that wants to volunteer.
So what are we looking for in a motion?
Close the streets.
I'll make a motion to close the streets.
Second.
And Stacy says.
Tiller,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Aaron Johnson,
Yes.
Hooker,
Yes.
Ben Johnson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes,
Weeds.
Yes.
there you go.
Thank you, everybody. Anything about the picnic tables?
Nope.
No?
He said no
Okay, great. Thank you so
Might
much.
need somebody to show them where, but.
Okay, we'll get that figured out. To be determined.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay,
Thank you, ladies.
item agenda 4, consider health insurance updates and proposals from legacy brokers.
Howdy. For those that I have not met before, Jason Powers, Legacy Brokers. I've been servicing the Holdrege plan since 2008, I think. So, for those that weren't here in 2008, you had a Blue Cross Blue Shield fully insured plan through Blue Cross Blue Shield. They came in with a 44% increase. My firm was contacted through a network of different people that I have up here. And we came in and showed the city a path toward avoiding that doom of 44% increase with Blue Cross. We introduced the concept of the health savings account, the consumer-driven plan that your employees use today. We stayed with Blue Cross. We carved out the retirees, gave them, I think, better coverage overall through a separate plan, and then we carved out the library. The library wasn't part of the city. So we couldn't keep them on the plan. And then years later, watching some of the things that were going on with Blue Cross premiums, as erratic as they are, we decided to go with a self-funded model. And that transition of risk is a little bit of a nuance, and I think there's a few people on the council that maybe have been part of that conversation in the past, especially when we switched back to Blue Cross here 4 years ago, three to the light product, and we've got some things that have happened since then that have really forced the premiums to creep back up, and we're kind of right back in the boat we were right before we left our self-funded plan. So what I've got in front of you is just a presentation. I'll talk through this stuff. It's fancy pictures and words. There's not a lot of really good content in here until we get to the numbers. But really a comparison of then and now. Back then, plans were really simple. Today, things are a little more complicated. People are expecting more coverage on. There's a lot more medications out there. There's a lot more ways to treat yourself through pharmaceuticals than there were back then. Back then, we really stabilized costs when we brought in that HSA plan design. We gave good benefit to the employees by contributing to that health savings account. And when we made the switch to self-funding, we really got a handle on cost containment. We got insight into our claims. One thing that we don't get from Blue Cross is they don't tell us, hey, we paid you $1.3 million in premiums. What'd you spend on claims? They don't tell us that. And they're not required to tell us that. So now we've got rising costs. We have opacity in our claims. We don't have transparency. And back then, like I said, benefits were a little bit basic, and now there's a lot more expectation. So moving on to the rising cost slide. I hate the word trend. It's overused in our industry. I can't come up with another word because everybody knows what trend means. But trend, if you ask anybody, it's 8 to 12%. It's been that way. I've been doing this for 26 years. It's been that way every year. Which averages out to a 10% increase every year. Your plan has experienced in the last few years a myriad of erratic increases based on what's going on with healthcare in Nebraska. But premiums outpace inflation. We know that for a fact. A 10% increase every year is a lot more than what we're seeing in inflation. That comes from the higher cost of care, more technology in care, higher cost of the people that are providing the care. We've also seen carriers consolidate. We have fewer insurance companies to go out to market to that operate in the same capacity as Blue Cross Blue Shield. In our state, we've got Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Cigna, and Aetna. That's it. There's no other insurance companies that operate in that same capacity. There are other alternative options in the self-funded space that operate under a stop-loss provision, which we'll talk about. Claims volatility is rising. Back when we were looking at claims, when we were self-funded, your average total spend on claims, medical was roughly 80% of our spend. Pharmacy was roughly 20% of our spend. I will tell, I don't have any insight today from Blue Cross, but I would venture to say your pharmacy spend is probably approaching 30 to 40% of your total spend in claims. But we don't know. We don't know until we peek under the hood. We can't peek under the hood unless we move off of Blue Cross. So flipping to the market comparison, what you've got in this packet is the current plan versus the market alternatives. I looked at 3 different pricing structures, if you will. Fully insured, like we have at Blue Cross. We pay them a premium. They take care of the claims. They don't share any of the surplus with us, and they don't ask us for any more money. If we gave them 1.3 and we spent 2, they don't ask us for any more money until next year, right? So I looked at fully insured. I looked at what we call level funded, which is a self-funded chassis, but it feels just like fully insured. So you pay them a set amount every month. They pay claims. If you have money left over, they'll return it back to the city in some capacity. It might be a credit. It might be they only give you half of the money and they keep half. They may say, we're not going to give you anything back, but we're going to give you claims data in exchange for getting to keep all your surplus. Level funded, if anybody, well, nobody, I don't think anybody in the room follows me on LinkedIn, maybe Dane. I did write an article about the fact that level funding is overused in this industry. So if you ever hear anybody say level funding, there's 3 important questions to ask. That's all on my LinkedIn page. But I looked at that, and then I also, which is a kind of a hybrid between self-funded and fully insured, and I looked at self-funded, which is what we had before. So I've got all of those listed in here to really give you kind of a competitive position of where your plan sits according to the market. I would be lying to you if I said I looked at every single possible solution out there. There are hundreds of these plans that are popping up in different communities all over the United States, and they have reached that it's no longer, it's like when independent brewers kind of broke the market and craft beer exploded, right? You had independent breweries popping up all over the country. These self-funded health plans are kind of the same way. We've got these things popping up all over the country. They don't distribute maybe in Nebraska, but if you know about them, you might be able to get access to them. So I don't have every solution, but I've been doing this long enough, and I will tell you, in my position in the industry, a lot of these guys are out there that sell this stuff are looking to my shop to help them find those products. So we uncover a lot of rocks to figure out what's going to work for you. As I move to the passive versus active strategy, I just want to kind of highlight the fully insured model we're on, which we were on for so many years previous to our self-funded venture. It's locked cost, no flexibility. Your annual increases are almost guaranteed. In that model, they can only keep 15% of margin. So if they're collecting $1 in premium, they have to pay 85 cents in claims. It doesn't have to be your claims. It can be anybody's claims. So just because you have a good loss ratio doesn't mean that they have to give you any money back. If their whole block of business, Blue Cross, if their whole block of business operates better than 85% loss ratio and they operate at more than a 15% margin, they have to return it to everybody. Something called medical loss ratio that came out of the Affordable Care Act. Okay? There's no control. Carrier, Blue Cross, United, Cigna, Aetna, all of them are going to dictate what the terms are. And there's very limited or no visibility in the claims. We did look at Aetna and we did look at Cigna, and both of them said they don't want it. So I'll just spoil alert right as we get to the analysis. Where your dollar goes, if you look at the next page, where your dollar goes on the left, you got fully insured, limited control. Of your total dollar, I would say 75% of that's probably your claims, 10% of that's in a shared risk pool with the rest of the state. And then 15% of that margin. And that's an estimate. Your claims could outpace that. And you may be subsidized by somebody else on Blue Cross who doesn't have as high claims. Overall, though, that's pretty much how they pool the risk. On the right, self-funded, and this is just kind of an estimate based on the numbers I got back. But, between 40 and 45% of that's probably going to be your claims. 40 and 45% is going to be fixed costs. We'll talk about what that means. And the rest of that's surplus, which means this is an underwriter saying, I think you're going to spend $800,000 in claims, but I'm going to make you give me $900,000 in case I'm wrong. Okay? And if you don't spend $9, you only spend $8, I'll give you that $100 back next year. So that's kind of what that chart really represents. Fixed costs, though, that's your insurance costs. When we talk about self-funded, you're not on an island paying your claims only. We are paying for only your claims inside that plan, but we only pay your claims up to a certain threshold. So we buy insurance to protect the city above a certain threshold for any one claimant in the group, and then we buy another set of insurance that protects the whole group. So I joked earlier that if the city decided to have a big picnic for the employees in the park and everybody brought something to eat, and Dane brought sour meatballs and put everybody in Phelps Regional, we have protection on the whole group if everybody has a bunch of claims. But if we have just a few people that have higher than normal claims, we have a threshold that insurance attaches at a certain level. So we'll talk about that in the analysis. The next page, EasyRx pharmacy strategy. This is a targeted strategy that I'm proposing for the city that we didn't have access to as a product that wasn't developed back then. It's a product that is now developed. If you are paying attention to what's going on at the federal level, the Trump administration passed legislation for transparency in pharmacy benefit managers. Sorry, my nose is running all of a sudden. There's no regulations written yet. We're waiting on the departments to regulate that, to write the rules. And with that transparency law, the pharmacy rebates that are paid by manufacturers of drugs to these big pharmacy benefit managers will cease. They cannot do it anymore. It has to be passed on to either the employer, or it has to be eliminated altogether. So in a self-funded plan, it has to be passed back to the employer. And that's where this strategy helps us take advantage of what that law will say when they write the rules. Okay. So in that, we would do a high-cost drug review, which we don't have today. I know what we had before, and I would venture to say that many of those drugs probably still exist within the plan, but I would also tell you probably have a bunch of new stuff that we don't know about because Blue Cross doesn't share claims data.
Yeah, quick.
Yeah.
Would this allow you to use a local pharmacy, or do you have to go to your?
You guys write the
mail order?
rules. Self-funded means you write the rules. You own the plan. You get to tell me, right, what we're doing with that plan of benefits. How do you want to take care of the employees? Instead of Blue Cross coming in, or United, I want to pick on Blues. Look, they serve a purpose, and they serve a lot of communities. But Blues, United, Cigna, Aetna, they dictate the rules. They tell us where we can go, where they have the best deals, and their deals don't always favor us. Their deals oftentimes favor them. So, because they're a publicly traded company, right? So we do have the ability to choose. We want to use our local providers. In fact, I would argue that I tried to develop a community health plan in the past here in Phelps County. It kind of fell flat. I felt like I was ahead of my time. That was 6 years ago. Was it 18? No, yeah, it was 18 when we started. So it was 8 years ago. Today, across my entire professional development feed on LinkedIn, there are community health plans doing what I was trying to do 8 years ago all over the country, using the community hospital, using the community pharmacies, using the community providers. So we have a platform in this proposal to do that if we want to build that. So we would do a high-cost drug review. We review alternative sourcing, meaning can we get it at a different pharmacy at a little lower cost? Can we look at manufacturers' assistance? These drug manufacturers not only pay rebates to these pharmacy benefit managers, but if you've ever seen a commercial, where we've all seen drug commercials, right? What besides the side effect joke that we all know, right? What does every one of them say at the end?
Pay for your stuff.
Ask your doctor how you can get it for $5. Right? Why? Because that drug probably costs, if you see a commercial for it, I'm telling you right now, that drug is $7,000 to $25,000 a month. That's what's killing health insurance plans all over the country. So the manufacturer offers assistance to the member to pay for the copay. That's a coupon. Well, if your deductible is $1,000, guess what that value of the coupon is? $1,000, right? The actual true value of that coupon is probably more like 25 grand. We have a way to tap into that whole value of that coupon if we own the plan. So there's methods and to all that madness. Throughout the process, we would provide member support and advocacy and achieve, and those aren't fake numbers. I mean, we achieve 50% of pharmacy spend all day long. So go on to the next page, cost containment strategy. How are we going to do that? I mentioned the pharmacy, the utilization management, just having smarter oversight. Actually, insight into claims gives us the smarter oversight on what's going on. We're making decisions on behalf of the plan, not on behalf of our shareholders. Plan design optimization, you choose. If you want to say you go to the local pharmacy, there's no copay. You go, to the big chains, you're going to pay a copay. We can dictate that inside the plan design. If you came in and said, you know what, the employees are complaining about $1,000 deductible. Can we do $985? Sure. Blue Cross and United and Cigna are going to tell you, no, this is our menu. Welcome to Starbucks. What do you want? Right? You get to customize what you want, and then pharmacy and wellness we kind of talked about. Now, where am I? Risk comparison, so fully insured versus self-funded. I'm going to focus on self-funded. I'll fly through the level funded and tell you why I don't. We sell them all day long. I'll tell you why it doesn't work for what I propose for you. But fully insured is going to be predictable throughout the year because you're just paying a premium and it's set and forget it. Self-funded, we're going to have controlled risk with stop loss. We'll set those numbers so it feels predictable, but know that there is some risk, but we've got stop loss protection in place to cap whatever that risk is for the city. And we get long-term savings with active management. This isn't a, let's dip our toes in and see if this is gonna work. We've already dipped our toes in. I have rate history I didn't print out. I probably should have with as many newer faces on the council, just to show you what we've experienced over the years. But we actually saw the bell curve flatten out when we were self-funded. It felt clunky because it was new, but we actually saw our costs kind of level out over the years. We did have a higher claim that was problematic that ended up one shock loss year, but everything else really stayed pretty flat until we moved to the Blue Cross. Blue Cross saved us a ton of money by making the switch. There's no qualms about why we made the change. So now I'm on the really small print spreadsheet with all the colors. Okay, the yellow, beigeish 2 columns, those are your current rates. There's a lot of information on this sheet, so don't worry about all of it. You can look through it and pour through it, on your own. The pink next to the kind of peaches next door to that is your renewal. Bottom line is it's a 14% renewal from Blue Cross. Okay, if we don't change anything, it's a 14% renewal, which equates to just under $200,000 in premium. The total number is 1.583. I told Dane, I remember when he was sitting in one of these, well, it wasn't one of these chairs. These are nice. It's a nice setup. This was back in the old day, right? When Dane was on that side of it, and we were talking about $400,000 to $500,000 annual premium. Blue Cross was giving us almost a 50% increase, taking us to like $650,000. And we were worried about getting to $1 million instead for your health insurance. You're at almost 1.6. That's renewal. So that's in the back of my mind, right? So I flipped to Alt 1, kind of a grayish color next to the Blue Cross current. If I just flip to the bottom line, they're 10% increase. So this is a level funded plan that saves us money from Blue Cross. We moved to the Cigna network. Plan designs are a little different. They're not entirely the same. And what they do is it's kind of a self-funded plan, but they don't share any of the surplus. If we have a good year, they keep it. And in return, what they give us is claims data and a little bit better premium. Okay? Not my recommendation. But if you were new to self-funded, I might ease you into it just so I can get access to the data. Alt 2 is the pink one. It's called Gravy. I like this company. They got a product called Comfort. Nothing like Comfort like Gravy, right? So again, similar plan design. Although their option for the PPO copay plan is a zero deductible, zero copay for a lot of services. They really accumulate things towards an out-of-pocket maximum. So there would be a reason to talk about how that plan design looks and acts as far as employee benefit. But when we get down the bottom, they're 2.25% higher. They're only giving back 50% of that surplus if we do. So then I look at the numbers, and I'm not going to look at all the numbers, but if you look on the far left where I kind of sum up the numbers, I have total annual fixed costs, total annual claims liability, and then your maximum total annual claim costs. Those are the 3 sectors. Fixed plus your claims equal your max. Fixed, what did I tell you, is going to be insurance premiums for that stop loss protection. It's going to be admin fees for an administrator to take care of us. It's going to be access to a network, like this one uses Cigna again. So paying Cigna to get us access to their network of providers, paying for the pharmacy benefit manager to manage our pharmacy spend, paying for my services. That's all fixed costs, okay? The claims piece is the self-funded piece that we're actually putting money aside to pay for our own claims. And the threshold of risk for this plan is $20,000. So any one person that exceeds $20,000, we have stop loss kicking in. So our bucket of money for self-funded claims is only liable for $20,000 on any one person. Does that make sense? So that's that targeted risk mitigation. If I keep picking on you about those meatballs. If Dane puts bad meatballs, the total claims liability at the next section, so $261,000 and $402,000 total. So we're like $663 of our total spend. That's our claims bucket. If everybody has claims, anything above that $663, we have insurance that protects the city. Okay, so that's what we mean when we talk about level funded or partially self-funded, that's what that is.
What
I'm not
would they-
recommending
I'm
this
sorry,
one.
what would they do for us the next year with the 50% surplus? Would they offset it the next year? 50?
You would think. You'd think they'd go, well, hey, we got to keep half of your surplus, so we're not gonna hit you too hard. They keep that to help other groups that are maybe operating poorly. So same kind of pooled risk idea. They're keeping some of that surplus to help other groups that are operating poorly.
And then are there caps on the stop loss?
Yeah, 20,000.
Okay.
20,000 on that plan, which I think is a little low.
Yep.
It's a little low. We're buying a lot of insurance, probably not gonna use it. Okay? We can hit 20,000 on having it. I mean, that's pretty common dollar. So then I flipped to all three. That's the green one. Strategically, it flows with the rest of the colors on the slides. Green, that's the recommendation. This is where we were before. We had Help Easy, different stop loss company using Fair American here. We're mirroring the plan, so it would look exactly like our Blue Cross plan, unless you said, Jason, we don't want $1,000 deductible, we want a $985 deductible. Okay, I'll just program it in there. Or hey, we don't want to do a $10 copay at the pharmacy, we want to do an $8 copay. Okay. We customize it however you want. Right now, I just did a mirror plan match. I moved the stop loss threshold to 50,000. That's a more appropriate number for our risk. I think 70 is probably the cap I would do. I wouldn't jump right in at 70 because I don't know what's going on with claims yet. This returns 100% of the surplus after our run out period, which is 3 months post contract. So the claims for 12 months, we have a 3-month tail, and then they pay us our surplus. Okay. In this scenario, I've got 257 plus the 411 in the fixed costs, and then I got 358,000 plus the 431,000 in the claims liability, which is more like just shy of 800,000. So what they're saying is, we think you're going to spend we think you're going to spend like 700,000, but we're going to collect 800,000, and if you have money left over, we'll give you 100% of it back. It comes in at a 5% increase, which is $70,000 total max cost increase if we use it. If we don't use it, it's just money that we've had surplus in the past, we've let it roll over and build. We had a bad year, it helped us pay for some of those claims on that bad year. And so it helped us kind of manage our risk a little bit differently when we were on this plan. Okay? And then the very last one is all 4 from United Healthcare. This is the pink one. This is fully insured, just like Blue Cross. We give them $1.4 million in premium, and they pay all the claims, and we don't hear from them again until renewal. And then we get an 8 to 10% increase at renewal because actually United's handing out 20s. They've had a bad run of 3 or 4 years now. And it looks and feels just like there's no management of claims. We don't have any insight on what's going on. Kind of still on that same level. Okay. My recommendation is to consider the self-funded proposal. If you flip to the 5-year financial projection, I sat. Yeah, no, I sat. You guys had a table I could sit down. I feel so professorial.
We did that for a reason, you know.
Yeah. I sat here back in 2008 and I projected this, and I remember thinking, I mean, I'm just making stuff up here because I don't know what the future. I don't have a crystal ball. But if I project 10% increases on Blue Cross's premiums, you're going to go from 1.388 this year to 1.527 at renewal. In 2030, when we were scared of $1 million, you're going to get 2.2. Are you budgeted for that? Forget this year, talking about in 5 years, are you budgeted for that? So if we peel back a little bit, it doesn't get us a lot of savings year one. We peel back in the self-funded scenario, we save a little bit year one. I gave the same increase to the premium side. Remember, of our total dollar, only like 40 to 45% of that's going to be on the premium and admin fees. And in that fixed cost, really probably of the total 40-45% is fixed cost, 60-65% is premium. The rest of it's admin, network, and all the other crap that's built into it. So you end up with a 10% increase on just the premium. Now we're talking about a smaller increase overall on the total cost. Our claims will be our claims. And if we manage our claims well, we may outperform, but I wanted to give fair where fair is fair, give increases to the premiums. If we do nothing but hit my projections, we're gonna save almost $1 million in the next 5 years. I will tell you, when I put this in front of the council in 2008, compared to when we went self-funded before we left to go back to Blue Cross, I've calculated those savings over time. I have a spread just like this for all 18 years that I've collected. And I should have had this in this presentation. I'll get it to Dane and Chris and get that out to everybody. But just food for thought, this is, if we go on this trajectory, we'll save money over time. At the end of the day, my recommendation is let's get cost control, let's get insight into claims, give me the chance to come back in and really actively manage the plan, give you a little more strategic intervention, and then use the stop loss markets for what they are. There's other models in stop loss that I haven't presented because I really wanted to kind of present this option, get your pulse on what your appetite is for risk in the self-funded world, and then we can go back and sharpen our pencils. So, thank you. Any questions? It's a lot to throw out. I speak insurance-ese. I'm so sorry.
Good. You're good. Good.
I think I'd like to just ask our administrator, do we put any questionnaire, survey, anything out to the employees? Or,
As far as
I don't know what.
what they would like to see, you mean?
Yeah, what they'd like to see, or I don't know.
The biggest thing is like to control costs. Every time our premium goes up, their costs go up. So, you know, I think if you mirror the product what you've got, I mean, that's where they're going to be. They don't want to pay more than what they're already paying. So if the deductibles are similar, you know, their out-of-pocket maximum is similar, you know, that's where their concern is.
That would be true of just about any.
That's where I would be. It's like, if you don't change, nothing changes, like where I can go, what I can do, if nothing changes, they don't care where it comes from. Out that way. If I'm paying the same and I'm getting the same, I can, that's where it comes
And one of the reasons we went away from it before was because of the lid on the budget. You know, we were at a place in our budget where, with the lid exceptions that the state had put on us, we needed to do something to get our budget to grow to allow us to pay for that. Now the lid is no longer in place, so it doesn't matter now. So it actually makes sense to probably go back to something like this. You don't have to make a decision tonight. This is just for you guys to think about, and we're going to get some more information to get it out to you guys, and so then we'll come back with, you know, for a decision at a later date.
Great.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Ethan.
Thank you.
I'm like, I don't know where that came from.
Item agenda 5, approve the mayor's appointment of Blaine Schultz as a new member of the Community Redevelopment Authority, the CRA, fulfilling the term of Kyle Anderson ending December 2026. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Kyle for his years of service on the CRA. He decided to step down early, and this will be a replacement. So, motion. Okay. Nick. Yes. Me.
I'll second.
Stacy.
Reese,
Yes.
Teller,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Aaron Johnson,
Yes.
Euchre,
Yes.
Ben Johnson,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Do you know when that term runs through?
And it'll be, this one here will be the end of the
Oh, so he's getting
26th.
appointed now.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
That's
This would
I
be
wasn't
easier.
clear.
right. And so is what'll happen is then we'll give him an opportunity to see what it's all about, and hopefully he likes it, and then we can appoint him for a longer term.
Who's he replacing again? I'm sorry.
Kyle Anderson. All right, we'll go to open discussion tonight. I think we'll start with Dane.
Oh, good. No, I don't have anything, thanks.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give us your meatball recipe.
We don't want it.
You don't want it. You don't want it.
Chris?
In front of you, there's a map that Lance put out for you guys, showing where the skate park would be. That's 10,000 square foot area. We left this one corner out because there's a memorial tree there that we wanted to keep in that spot. He's working on ordering the half pipes now, and they're gonna build some grind rails on rain days. Probably won't do the concrete till probably later in the summer. We've got other projects that are gonna take precedent over first. So, the ball fields are going fairly well. We've had a few little hiccups, but it's growing pains and games are being played, so.
I do have a question on the skate park. How is it being funded?
We've got some donations that came to the Park and Rec Fund to Give to Grow, so we'll use quite a bit of that.
Okay, that's it. Thank you. Great. Chief,
Got nothing. Doing good.
attorney court.
The only thing that I wanted to advise you is the sheriff's sale on the Sixth Street property is now set for May 20th at 9 a.m. at the sheriff's office. It has to appear in the paper for 4 consecutive weeks, and it'll appear for the first time on Thursday. And then after that runs, we can do it legally, so
You said
now we
9
have a
a.m.
date. What's that?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. sheriff's office. So bring your cash.
Question for you.
Yep.
Were you able to get the county to remove the required, or back taxes or any of that?
They will, yes, we
They
will.
So opening bid is 50 cents?
This is the half lot we're talking about, right?
Right.
So
Not
any
even a half.
contract we write, if there's no other bidders, that will be something we will be open to is, I don't say 50 cents necessarily, because I don't want,
Sure.
but, you know, there are mechanisms in place for the county to remove whatever liens, and all liens will be removed anyway, so we get clear title.
Okay, so the buyer won't necessarily be held accountable for the liens currently existing on the property.
That's the intent of the sheriff's sale.
Just the removal of cats.
Perfect. We'll move into the sewers.
I forgot, Keith Colby is graduating from the academy on Thursday, so
Oh, wow.
he'll be back on the streets. And then Avery Goldsmith will be,
Going.
Goldfish is going to the academy in May, so.
Great. Corey, did you have anything?
I don't, sir, thank you.
Shane?
Nothing for me tonight.
Okay, Stacy? Lola? Corey?
No.
What's your name? Yeah. Nothing. Ben? Okay. No? Okay.
Thank you.
Nope, there. Okay, all right. I will say briefly, the over at PCCF, the foundation, on their donation page, the auditorium is up, so if you have a couple of shekels, you can go over there and donate to the renovation. We haven't gotten a fixed price on that yet, or a fixed estimate, I should say. But the donation page is up on their website, so we can start accepting donations.
Is that tax deductible?
Yes. Huh?
And they'll get a tax deductible
Yes,
receipt?
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
All right, so with that, let's call it an evening.
Been doing a long time.
Get that deduction, I know.